Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing, continuing to track comfortable and quiet conditions around the area as we move through the remainder of the work week. Plenty of sun out there to start the day this morning, and overall expecting a fairly comfortable and seasonable day ahead. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, high pressure still over the northeast has built down a bit over the regions. That's going to help suppress any potential for precip. It's also going to continue to see that onshore breeze around the area that helps keep those temperatures a bit more mild as we move through the next day or two. Current conditions, just a few clouds around 2,000 feet, broken at 25,000 feet. Winds are out of the east at 10 knots. Temperature is at 77 degrees. Our relative humidity is at 71%. Current visible satellite, we can see just some high clouds streaming through the area and a few low-level cumulus around as well. But overall, plenty of sun shining through that filtered high cloud layer, and we'll see, similar to what we saw yesterday, as we get into daytime hours, we'll see some cumulus developing across the area and pushing inland away from the coast. We look at the high resolution model for what we can expect the next couple of days. As mentioned, similar to what we saw yesterday, very low end chance of an isolated pop-up shower around the area. You can see the model not showing much there, just some light reflectivity. If that is to occur, would likely be north or west of the local area. We did try to see that a few light showers pop up yesterday, but were very short-lived and not very impactful around the region. So expecting similar conditions today with quiet weather, and we'll continue to see that onshore breeze, slightly breezier than what we saw yesterday. And we'll see that breeze settling down as we go into the evening time, looking dry through the overnight. As we go into the day on Thursday, somewhat of a similar day. We'll see a bit more of a southeasterly component to the wind, but still looking dry as we move through the day, and seasonal temperatures staying fairly comfortable. We'll slowly start to see a slight uptick in humidity, but still, again, comfortable as we move through our day on Thursday. As we go overnight into Friday, we'll see those winds shifting more southwesterly, and that's going to bring in some hotter temperatures and some increased moisture levels in the atmosphere. So we're looking at more humid and hot conditions as we move through the day on Friday. We'll see those heat index values back to what we saw last week, with those heat index values climbing up into the upper 90s. So return of that heat and humidity. But as of right now, it does look like we'll see dry conditions as we move through our working hours on Friday. So the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we do have green conditions over the next 24 hours. Keeping an east wind, 7 to 12 knots, gusting up to 17 knots through our working hours today, with a high temperature expected around 83 degrees. So fairly pleasant with that onshore breeze. We'll see partly cloudy conditions at times as we move through the day today. Similar to what we saw yesterday, have a chance of seeing a ceiling develop around 3,000 to 3,500 feet. But what we saw yesterday was that develop a bit further inland and not necessarily here locally. So similar conditions to what we saw yesterday, and we'll see those clouds on the decrease as we move through the overnight time frame, as those winds become lighter and more out of the southeast for the early morning of Thursday. We'll see our low temperature cool down to around 70 degrees, which is about average for this time of year. Tides are running about a half a foot to a foot above normal. Tomorrow, again, a similar day, partly to mostly cloudy at times. Seasonable temperatures with a high of 85 degrees. Green conditions for our weather risk. That continues through the rest of the week, with mostly clear conditions Thursday night. Slight chance for some patchy fog before sunrise. We'll see our low temperature around 73 degrees as we start to see some increase in moisture and that warmer southerly to southwesterly flow. And a hotter and humid day for Friday, with a high around 92 degrees. And again, those heat index values likely getting up into the upper 90s, possibly hitting the triple digits briefly during the afternoon. And overall, mostly sunny to partly cloudy conditions. We'll see some slightly breezy southwesterly winds, but right now looking at green conditions for our weather risk. That's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. to take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.